From the first posts from Darren and Jay about porn and farting websites, I knew I was in for a treat. Scott Jameson. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the League of Dicks podcast, the most competitive fantasy baseball league in North America. We're continuing on. We have some very special guests with us today. Brian Smith, our four-time champion, is back with us for a very special edition. So, Brian, how about you say hi to everybody?
How's it going, guys? Very excited to be here, especially tonight.
It's a big night because on the other line, we have Mr. Scott Jameson. Scott, say hi to everybody. Scott, are you there? Brian, did we lose Scott, or what's the deal?
This is predictable. He didn't show up, did he?
He didn't show up? Oh, man. Back-to-back nights?
He didn't show up last week against me either.
He didn't. Is that the word on the street? So who do we have then? It seems like we got somebody in line. Who is this?
It's the one and only rookie. Appreciate you guys having me on in place of the no-show.
It's okay. Well, is it true that you are dating Scott? Is there any truth to that?
No, unfortunately, no. I don't think that's correct.
Have you ever hooked up?
No.
Handy?
Well, I mean that doesn't count, right?
Scott probably tried at least.
Yeah, give it a good old college try. So you know what, kids? Brian, I'm just going to kind of give you the floor up front here to just kind of make a statement, because I know you have some grievances you want to air, and then after that, the Rook and I will kind of jump in. So why don't you start us off here?
All right, sounds good. I don't want to give this too much time because I don't think Scott deserves that much time on the airwaves. But Kevin, you start off the podcast every week saying this is the most competitive league in North America. You believe that, right?
Absolutely.
I do too. Anthony, Rook, do you believe that?
Absolutely.
All right, I agree with you. Let me read you a couple of statements right here that I dug up. Scott, in his application to the league, finished it off with, not only is this league competitive, it has controversy, it has personalities, it even has winter meetings. This is not just another league. Good way to get into the league right there.
He's a little brown-nosing, never hurt anybody.
Yeah, last week, right as I was taking probably a 10-3 or 9-4 lead at some point, he sends me a message and he goes, not sure if you realize it, but this league isn't the only league that exists. It isn't even the best league I play in, so you all can just cool it with all of that.
What? Dead
serious. He was trashing the league, trashing everything. This guy, I don't know. I mean, have you guys seen the movie Friday?
Yes.
I kind of feel like I've taken the role of Debo for Scott, and Scott's Smokey, and I don't know, maybe Seth or Kevin will come along as Ice Cube and stand up to me and show me up or something on the boards or whatever. But Scott's just hiding out. He sees me, runs away, won't show up for the podcast, can't do it this week right after I beat him. And if I lose this week to Mark or whoever is taking the role of Ice Cube, he's going to come right up and be like, you got knocked the fuck out, bitch. And he's just like a parasite. He feeds off other people. He won't stand up for anything when he's on the losing end. It's just, I don't know. He's like I don't know. He kind of reminds me of Lori or Andrea from The Walking Dead.
Oh,
everyone just wants him to die and go away. We've had enough of you. We're sick of you. You're a main character, but shut the hell up.
Did he say anything else behind that statement that he made? Did he give any reasons or?
Oh yeah, I said to him. I said to him I haven't even said that in our conversation, something like that. I was like, Kevin starts off with that in the podcast. You're quoting Kevin anyway. And I was like, but when you submitted the statement to join our league, you agreed with all that. And he tells me that he had his assistant at work draft his statement for him. And then I said, she must really know a lot about fantasy baseball. And he goes, you would think it was a woman. And I was like, your assistant's a man? And he seemed pretty pissed off that I assumed she was a woman. So Scott has a male assistant who apparently applied to the league, and we have the wrong guy in Scott's manager position. It should be his assistant.
So is his assistant the co-manager on his team?
No, the co-manager on his team is the guy that talks on Scotty J18 on AIM at nights. Apparently that's not Scott either.
What?
That's a different man in Scott's life then.
Yeah. I think Scott's wife would be a little worried to hear about all the different men he has doing things for him and doing things to him. But
Do you think he's a top or a bottom?
He's definitely the bottom, man.
You think so? Is he a power bottom or just a standard bottom?
I mean, we'll probably have to ask his co for that, but I think I don't know. I think he's a standard bottom. He probably,
yeah.
I don't see any power to him. What do you think, Kevin?
I mean, I don't think he's a power bottom. I don't. But I do think he's kind of got that little, like, just do whatever you want to me, blah, 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 type submissive kind of quality to him. I would say that, absolutely.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, this is a guy that he's like an internet tough guy. He'll, like, try to trash talk over a couple message boards, but when people call him out, he doesn't stand up for it. I don't know. I think we're all figuring out he's a bit of a fraud by all the statements on the board.
This is a pretty big scandal that you're bringing up, though. You're suggesting, really, that Scott, A, doesn't manage his team, B, doesn't care that much about this league because it's not his only one, and he thinks his other leagues are more competitive.
Yeah, let me interject right there.
Sure.
I'm in another league with Scott. That's how I met Scott. And I will not be in that league next year because it is one of the worst leagues ever.
Why is that? What?
It's inactive. Let me look real quick. I'll tell you, there may have been one trade all year.
Wow.
Let's see, trades. 0. No trades.
Wow.
Okay.
Well, Kevin, you played in my Roto League for a year, right?
Yes.
Yeah, Scott played 1 year as well, the year before he got into our league, and he finished dead last by a ton. And I don't think that league's as competitive as our league.
I would agree with that.
So,
Here you go, guys. The last message posted by someone, was by me, about anything. I was trying to get Trade Talk started, and since then we haven't had a single post except for about dues. That was April 17th.
Wow.
That's Scott's better league, I guess.
Yeah. Or maybe that's his assistant's league. Maybe Scott's in a different league.
He is winning this league, so that's probably why he thinks it's his best league.
Where is Scott? Where does Scott live?
Seattle.
Okay, so maybe he's in the Seattle Gay Men's Chorus League. Something like that. I don't know. Singing some Brahms and making trades for Ryan Braun. Like, did I see what I did there? I'm bringing it all back to what I cry myself to sleep with.
So. Kevin, you got to tell everybody.
Yeah. It's it wasn't that I didn't think Ryan Braun cheated. I just thought he was better at it than everyone else. So I was pretty confident that, you know what, I got a steroid guy who's really good at taking steroids, so I know he's going to have great numbers and he's going to be healthy. Well, I was wrong about that. But again, it sure beats having Adam LaRoche as the primary offensive weapon, which is what my situation was after the draft. So I really can't. I would still do that trade again because I traded Matt Cain and Clayton Kershaw for Carlos Santana and Ryan Braun. I got a quarter of a season out of Braun, and I got a full season out of Santana. Think of it like Santana for Kershaw. Not great, but, what are you going to do?
No, that was a great move. And you know what? I don't think any of us could have predicted that Braun was actually going to get suspended this year. You figured he'd appeal it, and maybe next season he'd serve some suspension.
The one regret I have, though, and Brian, I told you about this deal. I got offered, Scott actually offered me Pedro Alvarez and someone else for Ryan Braun the night before the suspension came down, and I was weird. I kind of was leaning towards trading him because all of a sudden he went on the bereavement list, and it just seemed like there were a lot of shady things going on around him. But I just thought that, you know what, the position I was in, my best chance was to just kind of ride or die with Braun and Cano and try and supplement with other pieces. And it's just not going to work. I'm going to make the best run I can. But if I can't beat Travis handedly this week, my season's over. So.
Yeah, you got to really. If Travis gets a hold of you or even gets close, that's probably.
I have to win 8-4 bigger this week to feel like I'm still alive, because I got a tough road to hoe coming up next. Where's the rookie right now? Where's he in the standings?
He's sixth.
Is he plummeting quickly or what?
No.
No.
No, the rookie's clinging to that last playoff spot.
How many games up are you?
I'm 4.5 games up on 7th.
Wow, I'm coming for you, bitch.
You're not the one I'm worried about.
You
okay.
well.
Who are you worried about? Jay or Craig?
Well, Craig's team has turned around again all of a sudden, but I would obviously say I think Jay's the bigger concern as far as manager-wise.
Oh, rookies. How you don't know.
That's true. I have no experience in this league in everyone's past history other than what I've read. So
yeah, I mean, you might think Jay's a threat, but you can count on one thing. and then Sunday he makes the wrong move.
Well, I did beat him on Sunday last week, so I guess that's true.
Okay.
No, Jay has made the playoffs more often than not, so he's got a shot in him. I just love that Jay and Craig are the two fighting it out with the rookie here for the last spot. It's like Jay's worst nightmare if he loses this spot, either to a rookie or to Craig, who Jay would much prefer you beat him out than Craig. I think Craig beating him out would be Jay's worst nightmare of all time.
Well, let's make sure and point out that I'm closer to Brian than they are to me. So Brian's not too far out of the mix there.
Well, I'm 8 games ahead of Jay. I mean, I'm not untouchable, but you could go ahead of me. It would be tough for Jay too, but maybe. Well, you never know.
What do we have? 4 weeks left? It's possible.
We got more than 4 weeks left.
6.5.
Yeah.
Till playoffs? Okay.
Yeah, playoffs are all September. You all know I know that because I played in all of them last year.
Oh, that's right. 6 weeks left. My apologies.
Yeah, don't cut my time down. I got 6 weeks. I got 6 weeks to make up 15 games.
Stranger things have happened.
Nope, they haven't.
So,
well, the A's and the Orioles made the playoffs in the same year, so hey, you got a shot.
Yeah, does that mean? Well, that means I have to have Chris Davis on my team again.
Yeah. So I don't know how you didn't make that happen after last year.
I mean, I wasn't alive during the draft, so.
Oh, that's true.
Justin and I both just kind of took a flyer this year. I don't know. I wasn't intentional. I mean, I did all my research, but I just was not focused, and I just lost it. And I don't know. Justin was in Moscow. It's very strange to see he and I at the bottom right now.
yeah, I mean, it always happens. Someone is one of the traditional managers that do well is left out, but it's really weird to see both of you guys down there.
Yeah. Well, it opens the door. It opens the door, and you know what? Part of me wants to see another Jay versus Craig playoff matchup. I don't want to see the Rook make it, just because that's just not the way things go. But
Understandable.
But if
I kind of want the Rook to make it.
change it up, or
No, because it diminishes Scott's accomplishment from last year.
Okay.
No, I want to see the Rook, Jay, and Craig all within a couple games of each other right at the end. I don't know. Are any of them matched up against each other week 22? Who were you playing the last week, the Rook? You know? You're playing me the last week.
I think it's you. Yeah.
That could be big.
It could be big. And Jay's playing Travis.
Oh boy.
I better have a lead going into the last week.
Yeah, you better. You better have at least seriously, you better have at least a 2-game lead going into that last week.
I better have more than that.
Craig's playing Mark, so he's got a tough one. Jay's got an easy road the last week. And Kevin, Stream Team is playing you the final week, so you might want to load up for that last week.
I don't need to load up. I just need to pass steroids out to everybody. Like, I was actually offended that Ryan Braun didn't apologize to his fantasy owners. He apologized to his family, to his friends, to his fans, but he didn't apologize to his fantasy owners, who really are the ones that were most hurt by the suspension. I don't think anyone else was surprised or cared.
That's the reason all these guys in the major leagues are so pissed off at them. They probably all owned him in their fantasy leagues.
Oh, gosh.
You sound like a beaten man, Kev.
It's just, I made moves and I try to get better, and sometimes it's just not your year. And I haven't given up. I'm playing every week hard. It's just, it's not easy to not be good when you're used to being good. So that's all.
So, who, if you had to predict the two teams in the finals right now, who would you pick?
Boy. I would honestly, I would go Ryan and Mark.
Ryan and Mark, not Seth.
No, not Seth. I think Mark, because I just believe in Chris Davis's ability to carry a team in crunch time like he did last year. And when he goes off, you can't match that. And so I'm going with the Chris Davis and Miguel Cabrera combo for a playoff run.
Yeah, that's a tough one.
I just, and they both have other aspects to their team that are strong, but for me, what carried me last year was Cano and Chris Davis. So if you have an elite bat, that's how you make a playoff run. It's not by having a balanced team. You got to have that one guy who can just go on a tear and carry you to the finish line. So that's why. Yeah. That's why. I mean, Seth could very well win it, but my pick will be a Ryan Mark showdown. And Ryan doesn't get a lot of credit because he hasn't done the show me thing yet. He has to show us first.
Definitely.
So I know that's a bit of a dark horse pick. What about you?
Not if I can't pick myself, I'd definitely go with Ryan. I think Ryan's going to break through this year. He's had a couple of good seasons, hasn't quite put it all together. I think he does it this year. He gets to the championship.
You think he wins it? Does he win it?
He might. I mean, Miguel, I'm a big, I've always been a guy that thinks having that top bat in the league is a huge asset in the playoffs. So he's got Cabrera. I like his team. And then I'll go with, obviously I think I'll play Ryan. But if it's not me, I'm going to go with Seth. I think Chris Davis is more of a wild card whether he goes big or not in September. He's had a little bit of a weak last few weeks. So I'm not a big fan of Seth's offense, but I don't know. He's put it together. He's a top manager.
Well, you definitely believe in his. I mean, that's the wild card really with Ryan is with with Mark, with Seth. They're known entities. You don't really know what Ryan's going to do in crunch time when it comes to having to manage his way to make those hard decisions at 3 a.m. or whatever it is to make it work. I will say this, though. Ryan is going to have to be the biggest Cleveland Indians fan because if it gets to a situation where the Tigers start running away with that division, that last week of the season, you could very well see Miggy sit two or three games that week.
Oh, definitely. I mean, that's a problem. That championship week, you might have to drop stars just to get finish.
Because Miggy's not going to be going for the Triple Crown this year because Davis is going to run away with the home run part of it. So
definitely.
What about you? What about you, Rook? Your opinion doesn't really matter, but what do you think?
Well, of course. Well, Brian kind of stole mine. I wish I would have gone before him, but I think if I had to pick right now, I would pick the Ryan-Brian matchup.
Oh, thank you.
I like both of those teams a lot. I hate to say this with him on here. I'm not trying to suck up to the guy, but I like Brian's team a lot.
Why?
I like, I think it's really well balanced. I think, like you said, sometimes well balanced doesn't win in the playoffs, but I'd rather take my chances with well balanced and hope that you get a hot bat at the right time.
Brian, how does that make you feel? You got a vote of confidence from the Rook.
I mean, it doesn't mean anything. I appreciate it. I like the guy, but it doesn't really mean anything. But I know I appreciate. I want the big bat. I wanted the big bat. I couldn't pull the trigger during the draft on any of those guys. I felt they were all going too high, so I developed a completely different strategy. And all my trades I've been trying to get as balanced as possible. So I think I have a strong offense in terms of every single position, I've got an above average to very good offensive player. In some cases, a top 3 at their position. Like Napoli's been a top 3 catcher. Ortiz might be a top 3 first baseman. But it's just, I don't know. It's about, I probably won't put up a 20 home run week, but I'm going to put up 10 or 12 for sure. So,
when is
and then my closer strategy blew up with Frieri, but if I can
but you have the ability to play just closers or just starters and closers, which not many can do.
No, it's I mean the RP strategy that the Rook and I are both using to different degrees, I think could be really dangerous in the playoffs because if you can lock in those 5 pitching categories, you just need 2 offense to win it. So
that's exactly. That's exactly why I think we need to change the stats.
I agree.
Yeah,
my opinion matters.
I disagreed with you last week, Kevin. Actually, I would have paid over $50 for Chapman this year because of that the way the categories fell down.
Isn't that's a little on its head? Don't you think a little bit?
It's what?
It turns it a little bit on its head.
Oh, it's insane. Chapman shouldn't be worth 50, but the way the stats work out this year, it's risky because any one bad blow-up can screw your whole week. But
not really, because you're still going to get saves, and you're still going to get K to BB, or K per 9.
And walks, so you're still locked in.
Not always, but most of the time.
Yeah, and so that's why if the Rook makes the playoffs, and he has a great pitching week with his relief, he just needs 2 offensive categories to beat someone. So if he makes it, he's dangerous. I don't know if he's going to get there. We've yet to see him in a full season, but he's got a shot to win a playoff matchup if he can make it there past Jay and Craigie.
It's very
And we're going to have to get rid of that walk stat. I guarantee the walk stat is gone next year, but we'll see.
No, it has to go. I get the trying to balance it, but
I was actually pretty shocked with the categories being the way they were. The closers weren't more expensive.
Well,
I thought Kimbrel at 34 was a steal.
I think you might have had you had a different perspective than all of us because we've been so close to the the values for so long. In the way that it's kind of been year after year that I don't think we were able to really take into account how the stat change would affect values, whereas you coming into the league with fresh eyes might have been able to see that a little clearer. Unfortunately, you didn't really take care of it, did you?
No, I made a few mistakes in the draft. I look forward to next year's draft to try to avenge those mistakes I made.
Speaking of mistakes, you guys know about Scott?
What about him?
Oh no, just his existence.
Oh man.
Yeah.
His existence in our league too.
Well,
if we knew it was a male assistant drafting that statement, I'm pretty sure he would not be in this league right now.
It's true.
Although I have to say, my existence in the league doesn't happen but for Scott, so I'm glad that he at least was in for a little bit, so I got in.
Yours doesn't happen either, if not for Morgan Shevin.
Well, then I'll think both of them equally. But I will say I think the league's better with me than Morgan.
Oh.
Definitely. You've done well, Rook.
You have done well.
For a Rook, you're all right.
The reason we went with what Morgan would have brought that you didn't bring is Morgan would have upset the apple cart and given us some vintage Darren. I don't know that Morgan would have lasted long, but he would have definitely injected a lot of drama and controversy. He might have destroyed the league in 1 year, but I don't know. If it wasn't for Mumford and Sons, he would be in the league.
Well, they're my new favorite band, then.
Yeah. Brian, say something.
I wipe my ass with Scott every night.
Is that why you call him 2-ply?
Oh, single ply, yeah. It's about the tissue paper. It's my office has it. We got it at my house. It's like I laugh every time I sit on the pot now.
Who's a better lawyer, you or Scott?
That's a stupid question. Scott, I don't even know if he's a real lawyer. He's on fantasy baseball all day long. I take breaks and I'll send messages, whatever. He literally is making moves all day long. I don't know how he does it, especially as a litigator, because Anthony would know. Similar. It should be pretty work intensive during the day. I don't know.
Ever since I've had my new job, my ability to get online has drastically gone down during the working hours. So I'm rather impressed at the amount of time, all hours, morning, night, whatever.
Is he a lawyer?
Yes.
Do we know for a fact that that's true and it's not just a...
I do know. I know for a fact that he is a lawyer.
Okay.
One of my best friends interned at the firm where he worked. That's how I got introduced into the other league. That's how he knows me.
Is there ever a lawyer that works at a soft?
At a soft what?
You said he worked... It was a bad joke. He works at a firm. Like... Brian, how's work at your soft?
Oh, man.
I don't know. Is that lawyer humor?
I don't know. I mean, maybe lawyers might be the only one.
Brian. Just say no.
No, there's a lot of lawyer jokes. I've never heard that one, Kevin. Nice try, though.
What's your favorite lawyer joke?
Mine is, since Brian stopped pausing, what do you call 100 lawyers in a bus that goes off a cliff into the bottom of the ocean?
What do you call it?
A good start.
Brian, you got one?
Yeah, this guy, lawyer, died and went to heaven. 40-year-old guy had a heart attack. St. Peter and all of heaven was there waiting for him with a huge celebration. The lawyer asked, "What's the big party for? I didn't even think I was making it here." And St. Peter said, "Well, we determined your age by your billable hours, and you're about 372 years old, the oldest human to ever live." So...
That's it. I
Brian,
get it.
Brian, you'll appreciate this one, too. A lawyer dies and goes to heaven. There must be some mistake, said the lawyer. I'm too young to die. I'm only 55. St. Peter says, well, according to our calculations, you're 82.
Yeah.
Lawyer says, how'd you get that? And St. Peter said, well, we added up your timesheets.
Yep. Oh, man. This is no one else in the league besides maybe Scott, if he's a lawyer, might laugh at these, but...
Yeah, no, I'm letting you guys just kind of hang out there and draw.
They're funny. Yeah, Rook, we should probably stop right now before.
I apologize. The timesheet's great, but not for non-lawyers.
I'm still very, very confused how we ended up with like 3 people involved in law in this league when we're just, we're so ridiculous. And you know how much like you could probably sue us for defamation and things of that sort?
Oh, yeah. I mean, Scott's probably drawing up a lawsuit on me right now, so that's probably what he's doing.
Hey, Brian, when is David Ortiz getting suspended for steroids again?
Never. Because he goes to his guy in the Dominican and takes protein shakes, and that guy is never going to rat on him because Ortiz is a good guy and takes care of him. It's all these assholes that are getting, like Braun and A-Rod. Cano, someone in Cano's foundation was on the list, but it's never going to be traced back to Cano because Cano's probably a good guy, and he's not stupid enough to have direct contact with these doctors. Like, I don't know why Braun and A-Rod can't, pay 10 people to be the middlemen and have no ties to them at all when this blows up.
It's absolutely insane to me. It's absolutely insane that these guys who make this much money, have this much at stake, are going to stiff a guy over a $20,000 bill.
Oh, it's absurd. I mean, this is the guy you want to give $100,000 bonus to make sure he doesn't sing ever. It's
just you take care of a guy, he takes care of you. It's just basic human nature. They become that arrogant that they don't take care of him.
Yeah, it's the same thing with McNamee and Clemens. McNamee was pissed off that Clemens got rid of him or whatever.
Yeah, I don't know. I think this is where we're going to wrap it up. We're getting up against it. Let me hit this little button here to start music. Boop. Okay. That was great. Brian, did you feel like you got everything off your chest?
Yeah, it was fun doing it tonight. I wish I could have gone up against Scott directly, but we all knew he wasn't going to show, so it was fun to do it with Rook. And, of course, our great moderator.
Oh, yes. Yes, if you ever need anyone in the law firm, let me know. I'll moderate everything. I love it. What's your name, Rook? Wait.
Anthony.
What?
Anthony.
I couldn't hear you, so we're just going to end it. This is the League of Dicks podcast, the most competitive league in North America. Until next time, everyone, hold your baby tight.